Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for marketing tips based in technology for your real estate business. I'm Amy Stack, and today we will be going over SmartPlans, a nice light introduction to the Keller Williams Command automated plan system to be able to touch your clients regularly and help you stay in front of them. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is pull up my command page just so you guys can see that as well. I do have a little note on my other screen here just to make sure I don't miss anything. Let me make this full screen. And can you guys see my command window okay here? I'm going to make it a little bigger. Perfect. I see some nods. Thank you. Let me reopen the chat too. If you guys have any questions, you want to put them in the chat, you're more than welcome to do that. And here we go. All right. So I have just logged into Command. We're on the dashboard. Today, we're going to be living inside SmartPlans. And before we dig in too much, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you already know about SmartPlans? Feel free to unmute or put your answers in the chat. Do you know anything? Oh, Noel said you can target contacts for outreach. Yes, that is 100% true. Anything else that you guys know about SmartPlans?
Second guess your steps.
Say that again, Ken?
You can second guess all your steps after the fact.
Oh, to see, you mean to see if they went out right?
Well, yeah. Did you say the right thing? Did it go out? Was it too soon? Was it too late? Blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
That's the biggest problem.
All right. Oh, I heard somebody on YouTube back there. Anything else? What do you guys want to know about SmartPlans other than how to make them? Nothing? Okay, well then we'll just sign off today. You guys know everything already. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's see. SmartPlans are a nice way to be able to systematize different touches to your database. So there are really endless uses for them. Oh, 1 second, something came in the chat here. Michelle said new to Command, so anything and everything that's informative to a new agent. Perfect, then this will be good for you. All right, so SmartPlans, like I said, it's a way, you can see I have some samples set up in here already, but it's a way to either remind you to do things automatically or to have some touches set up to systematically go out on your behalf. So like you can pre-schedule emails, you can pre-schedule text messages to go out. And the beautiful thing about them is that if you have tagged your database already, even if you don't have all of it tagged, if you have your main groups of people that you want to contact on a regular basis, if you have them tagged, you can create SmartPlans to go to a specific tag. So that way the people receiving it are getting more customized information. So instead of saying, for example, one of the popular SmartPlans that's already set up for you is the monthly neighborhood nurture. So instead of saying, here are all the stats, the market stats for what's going on in Illinois, you can actually set it up to go by neighborhood. So you can say, all right, well, I know that you live in this neighborhood and here's what's going on in your area. So do you guys see how that could be a lot more powerful as somebody receiving that email versus something that's just generic Illinois or national stats? I see Noel nodding. Thank you. Yep. All right, great. So we want to be able to do that at a level that makes sense for your business. So not just about stats, but what are things that you're interested in that you know your clients are interested in that you can share with them, that type of thing. You can do specific SmartPlans based on a lead, based on how you know people. So there's lots of different ways to do it. To start, I've just clicked on this icon right here, which is our SmartPlan applet. And I just want to show you the basic steps on how to set one up. So to start, of course, we're just going to hit create up in the top right. And then you're going to name it. So we'll just put a test. And today is the 7th. I can't believe that. It's already April 7th. All right. So I've just made one. And of course, you would name it whatever is applicable to the plan that you're making. everything on the right-hand side is what we have the opportunity to add to our smart plan. So we can add a task, which will remind me to do something. You'll get a notification in Command that says, hey, you set up this task for yourself. It's due. It's time to do that thing. Make a call, which will remind you to make a call. Send an email, so you can pre-schedule an email to go out and type it up in the smart plan. It will auto run for you. Same thing with text messages. Set a delay, meaning let's say you want to send a text and an email, but you don't want them to go out the same day. You can say, let's send a text message today, and in 3 days, we'll send an email. However you decide you want to structure that. We have a step that's called add to smart plan. So maybe once this smart plan's finished, I want it to go right onto another one automatically so that I don't have to manually remember, oh, this person finished that smart plan. Now I need to go find them and add them to the next one. It will just do all that work for you. So that's that add a smart plan button. And then we have restart smart plan. So if it's something that is evergreen content, meaning that it's always going to be relevant and you just want it to continually repeat itself, you would use that restart smart plan. So once it finished, it would just start back at the beginning again and run all the way through. There's one other button that you don't see here, and that's because we haven't actually started something yet, and that's called a trigger. So you can see right here, if I hover over it, I get that, the no symbol, but it says add steps and save, then pick a trigger. So what you have the ability to do is if you have a smart plan that you're setting up, and let's say today I want to set one up for Facebook leads. If I make my smart plan and add this trigger and say any contact that I add the tag Facebook to, I want to automatically start receiving the smart plan, that's that trigger button. So the triggers will only work on things that are not already tagged with the tag that you're assigning in the smart plan. So it's only going forward, it won't retroactively send to people. Any questions on that? Ooh, I see somebody unmuting. Maybe not.
Yeah, so if it's the first time that comes in, explain that a little further.
Yeah, well, let's Tammy, that's a great question. Let's get some steps in here so then I can show you how to do the tag, and we'll go over that. Sometimes it's easier when you see it, right?
Okay.
Perfect. So does anybody have a specific type of lead they would like to follow up with right now?
How about somebody that inquires something like in your downline, in your profit share tree?
Oh, that's great. I haven't done that one yet with an audience, at least.
Yeah.
I love that idea. So let's say, so this is an agent, maybe a co-broker. Perfect. So you did a deal with somebody, it went really well, and you would love to get into conversation with them. You think they'd be a great fit with Keller Williams. So let's stay on top of that with them and keep them, maybe set up coffee or something, right?
Right.
Okay. So you had a great interaction. What is the first thing you want to do once you know that you want to be in contact with them?
Put them in your database.
And then you want to do what? How do you want to touch them? Call, text?
Follow up with that's where I would say a trigger that an email is going to go out to them. A touch is going to go out to them on a monthly basis.
Okay, so let's add an email. So we're saying that the first touch we want is an email, right?
Okay.
So all I did was click send email. So my day one, so we haven't gotten the trigger in there yet. That's actually the last thing we'll do, but that's okay. We won't forget about it. So my day one is maybe do a subject that was like, great doing business with you, right? I can type faster for you. I know you don't want to watch me do this. All right, so we have our subject line of great doing business with you, and we actually have two options here. We have simple or designs. So if you want to create an email that has, some pretty graphics and hyperlinks and stuff like that in it, you can actually do that in the designs applet, and then click this designs button and select the email that you've created that you want to feed into the smart plan. I'm actually just going to go back because I think that for what I should have hit save. Sorry about that. We'll do that one more time. For what we're doing today, now that we know what it's called, we'll do a downline, build my downline.
Sure.
We'll call it build my downline. We're going to add that first email step. I'll fix that. And because I don't want it to look like it's something coming from a built email system that's like a bulk email that goes out, I'm just going to leave it as simple text. And you can say, hey, or hi, you know, whatever sounds like your tone of voice, and put their name in there. Now, what's really cool about this is we don't want to have to go in and say, hey, Tammy, send it. Hey, Ken, send it, right? We don't want to do that. So what you can do is use this field right here, that little F, that's your merge field. So I can click on that and find contact last name. Here we go, contact first name. So it's going to say, hey, Amy, and it will automatically fill your contact's name in there. And then you put your message here. Anybody have a thought on what they might want to say to a co-broker that they love doing business with?
Let's just say, let's grab a coffee sometime.
Yeah, I really enjoyed working with you. Let's grab
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So you put your message in there, and you guys probably noticed that there were lots of options in this merge field here. So you make that fit for the email for you. So if I wanted to say my name, agent first name, agent last name, so like all the best. And then it would put Tammy Sartain. That makes sense?
Yep.
So that's our step one. So day one, once I assign that tag and that trigger, this is the email that's going to go out. Well, then maybe I want to give them a couple of days before I follow up with them. So I'm going to hit this set delay button. And you can see I have a delay of 1 day right now. And I can delay up to 30 days. So let's say I'm going to give them 3 days. So they'll get an email, and then 3 days later, we want to do what?
Give them a call.
Give them a call. So we're going to hit make a call. I leave this as due today. If you guys want a reminder to call somebody before it's due, you can change the date. So you'll get this task reminder to make a call 3 days after the email. And then it will say, today you're supposed to call this person. If you choose 3, it'll say in 3 days, you're supposed to call this person. I'm just going to leave it as today. I want the reminder the day I have to do it, so I don't have to remember to do it later, right? Perfect. So your task name, this is what's actually going to show up in your task list or your notification button inside Command. So if I say call, and then we want to put, again, our merge field. So it's got the person's name right there, contact first name, contact last name, follow up on coffee invite, right? Real short task name for you. This is something that only you will see. And you can absolutely put a task description in here. So if you maybe have come across a script that you find works really well for talking to those co-brokers and getting them to come to coffee with you, put your script right here. And you can also see right here, you can put the contact's phone number in there. So then you don't have to go into your database to look for the phone number. It'll be right there for you. So coffee invite script here, right? So you would put that here. And then you can use your merge field again and put the contact's phone number, right? So when you click your task description, all the information will be right there for you. You don't have to go look for it anywhere. You don't have to look up the phone number or find your script. It's just there ready for you. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep, love it.
Perfect. All right, anything else you want to do after you make that call?
Post on their social media.
All right, so do you want to do that the same day or later?
Oh, no, later if you don't connect on a call.
Okay,
Or
perfect.
just, even if you do connect on a call, you could always follow up.
Exactly. Yep, absolutely. So let's do another, you want to do another 3 days? You want to do a week out?
3 days.
3 days. Okay, so after your phone call, whether they answer or not, you're going to get another reminder. And this is going to be a task reminder because it's going to remind you, go out on social media, right? You're going to say what that task is. So I'm going to hit task. And again, I'm going to leave it as due today. And we're going to call this a touch task because you're reaching out to them, whether it's through Messenger or something else. You want them to interact back with you. So post So do you want to put something on their page? Do you want to send them a messenger note, direct message?
Just comment on their social media. Whatever
Comment
that means.
on first name, last name, social media, right? And then
Yeah.
if there's a specific post again that you want to put out there, or a topic that you want to talk about when you're commenting, put that information right here. So again, you don't have to go look for it anywhere. It's just right there at your fingertips, ready to go. And then if you wanted to put any of these other merge fields in there as reminders, you could do that as well. So do you think that there's any other steps you would want to do here? Okay. Now at this point, if you did want to add them to maybe like a monthly neighborhood nurture, I know that this is for agents, but let's say you just want them to know that you have the ability to do this. You could say add to SmartPlan and choose from all the SmartPlans you already have created. So you can see there's a whole bunch on here that are in my library already. I'm just going to put my monthly neighborhood nurture. So now once this SmartPlan runs out, they're going to get those monthly stats. I don't know that you necessarily want to do that for an agent. I just wanted to show you guys how that feature worked.
Awesome.
So then we have end of SmartPlan, right? And what did I say we're going to go back and do after we save it?
Post the trigger.
Yes. So we have to hit save. You can see we've applied those changes. I'm just going to scroll back up to the top. And now you can see my trigger button is blue. It's no longer blocked out for me. So I can go ahead and hit add trigger. And right now it's always going to be contacts and contact tag. And you can hit that plus sign, and any tags that you have already set up, you can select to be the triggered item for this SmartPlan. And now this is the part I want to go over again. If somebody already has that tag applied, they will not automatically be on this SmartPlan. The trigger only applies when it's a new tag that's assigned.
So
Does that
Amy,
make sense?
yeah, so if they do have a tag and you create a new SmartPlan, do you just have to go into their contact and then add the SmartPlan, because
Yep.
only new people will be triggered?
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Okay.
So I don't know that I have here. I'm just going to put sold on here, choose trigger. And you can see right here, I wanted you to see this, that this is automatically going to start your SmartPlan when the tag is added to the contact. So you'll get that notification and then you'll hit confirm. So now you can see I have one tag up here. I can add more than one. I mean, one tag is a trigger. I can add more if I want more people to get that same SmartPlan with a different trigger. Now, if you want to go and add people to the SmartPlan that are already in your database and have that tag applied, I'm just going to hit save one more time here. We have this little plus person with a plus sign up at the top. Do you guys all see that?
Yep.
Yep, perfect. So you're just going to click that and you can go through your whole database here. You can search by name. You can search by tags. Do I have anybody as a buyer? No. Let's see, agents maybe. There we go. So here's some people I have in here are agents, and I only have 8 in there. So if I had more than 8, I would be able to click down here to go to the next page. I think it does 20 a page, maybe 50. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So these are all the people that were already in there, and now you want to add the SmartPlan to?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm not actually going to start this because I don't want this to go out to them, but I do want to show you how this works. I selected
Okay.
all 8 of them, and I'm going to hit add to SmartPlan. And then you can see we have 3 options. We have start all now. So if you guys have just a handful, like these 8 people, that's okay. I'd say that's a fair amount of people to start running right away. If you want the SmartPlan to go out at a specific date, you have the ability to start it on a date. Just click the calendar here. And whoops, I can't click on it. There we go. And then you can pick the date you want it to go out. Or our third option, and this is really good if you're adding a whole bunch of people to a SmartPlan at one time, you'll want to stagger those. And you can say, I want this to go out to a maximum of, it'll only let me do 8 because I only have 8 people on there. But let's say you wanted 20 or something a day, right? Because you don't know, depending on what your SmartPlan is, let's say you're sending a text message to somebody and you're expecting a response. If you're sending it to 100 people in the same day, do you have time to respond if all 100 people respond to you in one day?
Right.
So that's where you can use this stagger feature and you can say, okay, I really just want that to go to 10 people a day until it's hit everybody. And then you would hit confirm and it would start running. I'm not going to run that right now. Do you guys have any questions about that? That is the basic introduction to SmartPlans and how you can add different things. You can see here, I have these up and down arrows in the delete and the save. So if you decided, oh, I want to reorder things, you just move up and down with these arrows or delete your step here.
So is it always a good idea to add yourself?
Yes, great question. Absolutely. I do recommend always making a test contact in your account for you and adding yourself to any of these smart plans that you're running, just because you want to see how it's coming across to your clients as well. The texts and the emails typically go out during the day. I want to say between like 10 and 3, but again, that depends on your time zone, but they do set it up so that texts aren't going out at, like midnight. So if you set yourself up on it today and it's later in the day, you probably won't see that text come through until tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What other questions can I answer for you guys about SmartPlans? We got a few minutes still.
How about if you were to send a text, because I still have not set up my Twilio account. So I would imagine the Twilio account has to be all set up, right? And then the email that will go, that's pretty simple, but the Twilio you have to set up before you.
Good question. So we didn't do a text in here.
No,
so
we didn't do one.
I don't have a Twilio account set up with this command account. So if you guys don't have that set up, you would get a red banner that came across that says you need to set up your Twilio account. You can set up your Twilio and your command email right through settings. So I'm going to go ahead and click my name up at the top right and go to settings. And you guys actually get a Keller Williams discount for the Twilio account. We had a discount before and it was being charged per text, and now we've got a deeper discount and you can buy a package of texts per month. So in your settings, depending on what you have set up, you'll see a different order on this page, but you'll just want to scroll through until you find one is command mail. This is the email that will, if somebody responds to your email, that's where it will come to. So however you have that set up, just hit manage and you can put the email in there you want to use. And then Twilio is down here. You can see I'm not subscribed currently. I would just hit subscribe in Marketplace. And that will take me to the Twilio page specifically where I can choose which package I want. And I don't have a credit card hooked up either, so that's why it's not letting me hit that buy now button. But you can see, you can view all the different plans. There's lots of different options. It's 1 credit per text each direction. You do now have the ability to forward phone calls. So if somebody calls your Twilio number, you can forward it to your cell phone. That is, I believe, 3 credits per minute for voice. So what a lot of people do is they'll use this as an initial touch through a smart plan. And when somebody starts to respond to them, because you do get charged both ways, they'll respond from their cell phone and say, thanks so much for, your interest or whatever it is that they're talking about. This is my direct line. Please feel free to contact me here anytime. That's a number sometimes I use for business, but this is my direct line. And then they'll feel special that they've gotten, your direct contact info now, and then it'll pop that conversation onto your cell phone instead of through the Twilio. So it's easier for you to track, and then you don't get charged for it. So that's a little intro into Twilio. But you can see it's really affordable. 300 credits for $3, 1,500 for $11.80. So you can do a lot of texting for a low cost. And when I'm trying to think if I have a contact set up on a smart plan that's gone out. So what will happen is when you do send your smart plans out, I'm going to click on AJ here. You'll be able to see in the contacts card on the right hand side anything that they've done or record of, oh, you sent a text on this date, you sent an email on this date. That will all show up inside the contact card here. And one other thing I wanted to show you if you can't remember who's on what smart plan and stuff like that, you can come into your SmartPlan library here and see how I have nothing. I don't have anybody set up on SmartPlans because it's a sample here, but where these little dashes are will turn into an eyeball and it will have a number. So it will say, you know, 10 contacts, and then that's how you'll know you have 10 people on there. And you can also add people from this screen. So let's just add, I think I'm in here as a sample. There we go. So I'm going to hit add to SmartPlan. Just added myself. And if I refresh the page now, see how we have one person on this SmartPlan, and hit the eyeball, it will open up the list and you can see specifically who those people are. And on the other hand, if you have a person specifically in mind and you want to check out what SmartPlans they're on, when you go to their contact card, and we'll click on Adam here, there's a SmartPlan button right here. So if you click on that, it'll show you all the SmartPlans that they're on, that you have them on. So you can look it up by person or by SmartPlan. All right, that is almost everything I have to share with you about SmartPlans. That was the intro on how to make them. If you guys have an idea in mind of a SmartPlan you're looking for, you can always check out the library first if you don't want to recreate the wheel. So I'm in my SmartPlans right here. If I go to library, this is everything that KWU or other agents have actually published to share with you. So there's lots of ways you can search. You can search right in here. There's categories and filters. So I wonder if there's already one for a downline. Look at that, 4 results with downline in the name. Bi-monthly active downline contact. There you go. Hunter put one together for you already, Tammy. So if you see that you have one you like, you can check out the steps. This one's just a little, it looks like a nice light reminder system. And if you really like that, you can go ahead and hit add SmartPlan. You can rename it if you want to. You'll hit download and then it will appear in your My SmartPlans instead of the library. So it'll be right there ready for you to go. And if you have one that you really like, I have a published section right here. You can actually go into your SmartPlan just by clicking those 3 little dots, and you can hit publish to library, and that will make it public for the rest of KW to be able to copy it into theirs as well. And now you know all the basic stuff about SmartPlans, and we still have 2 minutes, you guys. Look at how fast that was. What other questions do you have? Anything else I can help you with?
Awesome information, very easy, thank you.
Yeah, you don't want it to take forever. You could spend a long time if you have like a really robust SmartPlan you want to put together, absolutely. But just do a little bit at a time, one thing a day, right? Do that 1% every single day to get yourself to the next level.
Hey, Amy, that code you were talking about that goes into the KW website that you can add other pages from other websites too.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that code?
If you want to email me, I can look it up and send it to you. So
that'd be great.
amystack@e2psuccess.com.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Yep.
Amy, I was going to ask you, in the library, is there a certain SmartPlan that you would recommend to like just kind of get started with somebody?
Yeah. Monthly neighborhood nurture, birthday and home anniversaries, and your quarterly call plan are going to be the best ones to get started.
Okay.
Let me show you one thing real quick too. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, feel free. This was something our regional tech trainer shared with us yesterday, and it's the plans to use to saturate, cement, or convert. Connect, cement, or convert. So convert would go from somebody that's not necessarily contact, they're a lead, right? And you want to convert them into a contact. The 19 to connect, that's you're staying in front of them, staying in touch and top of mind. And that 1 to cement is something that's going to make you stick out in their mind all the time, whether it's going to coffee with them, right? Something that's going to make you stick out from the other agents that might be reaching out to them. So feel free to take a screenshot of that. Great question. Beth, were you in Mike's class yesterday?
Unfortunately, I was not. I had some car issues, so I could not make it.
Oh, it's in the E2P Facebook page if you want to watch it.
Oh, good to know. Thank you.
All right, well, it is 1:31, so I want to honor your time blocks, guys. I know you are busy and you have lots going on. So check out next week's class will be on Facebook ads. We're going to do attracting sellers with CMAs through Facebook ads. So that'll be at 1 o'clock next week. Thanks so much for coming, and I will see you later. Have a good one.